Hi guys, this is your girl Wakeji Kamore and welcome to Reflections by Wakeji Kamore. So again, we are continuing with this Bible summary. We did Genesis chapter 7, 8 and 9 yesterday. So today we are going to be covering Genesis chapter 10 and 11. I hope you guys are following through. This summary is online every single day at 6 a.m. So do follow through. I hope that you guys can just come along with me on this journey. In Genesis chapter 10, a detailed genealogy of the three brothers and their descendants is given. These are the three sons of Noah. Many generations pass and humankind again becomes corrupt and evil. Imagine, at this time, every human spoke one language and everyone used the same words. Some men, having moved west to Babylon, attempted to assert their greatness and power by building a large tower that would enable them to reach the heavens and make sure they would never be scattered across the earth. The arrogance and plan angered God, who destroyed the structure and scattered the people across the earth by confusing their common language, thus forever dividing humankind into separate nations. In chapter 11, you will also find the account of Shem. Shem was Noah's son. So you'll find the account of his family line. And then there are 9 generations between Shem and Abram. Abram. I know in my head I'm already so used to calling him Abraham, but his name was Abram. And the short introduction of the family of Abram. So Abram's father was Terah, and he had 2 brothers, Nahor and Haran. Haran was the father of Lot, and Abraham's wife was Sarai. So anyway, from chapter 10 and 11, here are my personal takeouts. I like the fact that there was a time all humans were speaking the same language and using the same words. I mean, I cannot even imagine, even just right now, even Kikuyu has different words. We don't necessarily use the same words, and we are speaking the same language, but we use different words. I know even Luyas have different there's Luyas from different areas, so they speak different words. So I cannot even imagine how it was when everybody and every human was speaking the same language and using the same words. Then the humans, these humans that were corrupt and evil, were doing contrary to what God had instructed them. Because God, when Noah and his family came from the ark, God had told them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth." That was in verse 4 of the last chapter. And then those who were trying to build this tower so that they can first create a name for themselves, and second, so that they never get to be scattered. So how are they going to fill the earth if they wanted to just build a tower and remain in one place? So they were doing contrary to what God had instructed them to do. In verse 6, God makes a note of how powerful unity is, and how when united, there is nothing that would be impossible to accomplish. As a matter of fact, God said, these guys, they speak the same language, they are working together. There is nothing that they will begin to do that will be impossible for them. So God makes a note of how powerful unity is, how working together is, how speaking the same language is. And sometimes speaking the same language does not necessarily mean speaking the same language, but just being in unison in the things that you're doing and working together, that nothing would have been impossible for them to accomplish. So what are my applications from Genesis chapter 10 and 11 is that to always check my motive. So yes, I want to buy this humongous car. What is my motive? These guys wanted to build this tower, but what was their motive? Their motive was something that was contrary to what God had instructed them to do. They wanted to make themselves great. They wanted to make a name for themselves. So their motive was wrong. So every single time that I am planning to do something is to always check my motive. The other thing that another way that I can apply this is to seek unity, especially with those that I'm involved with in business, in projects, in ministry, to always seek unity. And then once we are united, once we are working together, nothing will be impossible for us to accomplish. That is just such a great encouragement, and I hope that it encourages you guys. Thank you so much for listening. See you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Ciao. Have a good day.